Alrighty, what's going on, guys? Edward here, back with another video and in continuation here with this series. If you're new in this channel, please subscribe, give it a big thumbs up, activate your notification because I am pretty much following here and just doing this, trying to do it every day on a daily basis. Sometimes I can't do it daily, but at least you know, at least 3 to 4 days a week. I'll be posting here, just updating everything we do during the week. So this is how I close past week. This is how I ended up the last week. This is the current week at the moment. Then starting on Monday, we had actually two break-even trades. I was able to secure some profits, take some partials, and the price actually turned back up at me, getting me out on break even, and ended up actually, like I say, you will see here, turning around and actually stop me out on that third trade because I took three entries yesterday. Today I took two. This was the first one on Nasdaq. I caught losses. I'll explain. I'll break it down. But you see that I was still bearish, and the day, pretty much, you can see here, I ended up catching that actual drop, taking that double bottom, that liquidity at the bottom. So I'm gonna break it down for you right here. Pretty much, this was the trade. If you want to just simply follow me every day just to see how I go and how I finish the week in profits, I don't care. Normally, I don't care about my winning rate. It could be 50-50. Yeah, I don't care about the winning rate because I'm always closing most of the times in profits. You can see this is all green. This is all green, all green. Like this was back in March when I actually closed this week in negative. Pretty bad week. But you can see that after that, pretty much all the rest of the weeks is in profits, in profits, in profits. I do trade live with my team. If you want to be part of my team, just make sure to visit my website, teamprofitsfx.com. Right now, let's break it down here for you guys. And why I was interested in looking for sales today. So it was not easy, to be honest. It was not an easy, how can I say, bias today. So first of all, let's go on the daily, right? This is Nasdaq on the daily. Let me actually bring it up here. So you can see that, let me see if I can actually clean all of this. Yeah, let's clean it all up. All right. So what is this candle? This is Friday, right? Is it? Yeah, this is the Friday candle. So this candle, how it closed, you see that this week right here actually went down, tap this daily fair value gap. It tap it, right? Swept this low, failed to close below, just close above, this place above, right? What is this candle telling me? This candle on Friday was telling me that Monday I was expecting these highs to be taken, okay, and these lows to be respected. That's what happened on Monday, okay. So this candle on Monday, what is telling me? Okay, I am explaining here also to my group, to my team, that this type of pattern right here, in comparison to, let's say, to this candle right here at the bottom, okay, what's the difference between these two? Like, for example, here, when this candle, this black candle right here, swept this high, right? It swept that high, retraced back down. It's failing to close above this high. When it does that and closes bearish, right? What are the chances right here? So what's my prediction for the next day? I'm predicting that this low is going to be targeted next day, right? And this high is going to be respected, right? It's a bearish candle. The price failed to displace above, retrace back down, and close bearish. Now I'm expecting the next day or the next candle to take this low. Now, in here, in this scenario, this candle try to push, retrace back down, so it's failing to close above, right? So it retraced back down. Now, look at the difference. Some will say, okay, yeah, we're expecting this low to be taken and this high to be respected. Okay, right? That's the idea. But however, this is a bullish candle and this is a bearish candle. So there's a slight difference in between these two. This is a more, like, these lows are more probable, has more probabilities to be targeted than this one right here. Than the price actually going for these lows. Because this is still a bullish candle. I hope it makes sense. So, anyways, for me, based on experience, I I'm a bit more bearish than I am bullish. I'm a bit more bearish. Even, still this is a bullish kind of, I'm still thinking that this low is the one that is going to be taken. Okay, this sell side, this daily low right here. So let's go to lower time frame. Now, when we go in lower time frame, things get really nice right here. Look at this. So this is what happened yesterday, right? The price actually in the afternoon, like right before the day was over, price went down and left this relative equal low. We left a double bottom right there. That automatically, this is why I was more bearish today than I was bullish. So when I see double bottoms or double tops, normally I know that's a magnet. It's a very strong reason why I should be looking for sales in this particular case, right? There's a double bottom. There's a lot of retail traders trying to look for buys right here, and they place their stop loss below, and they're trying to target this size, most likely, right? So the algorithm knows that. So I know for sure that all I have to do is wait for the next day now, and I could be targeting that low. So let's go and wait for the next day. We're here in Asian session. I don't trade Asian session or London session. I actually trade New York. So let's wait for New York session here to open up. So this is what we're getting, 7:30, and New York session opens right here. Okay, so this is what's happening. I was looking on the 1 hour. I went, of course, from higher time frame just to see if we do have a PD array in higher time frame, and I did find this one. I did find this fair value gap right here, right on a 1 hour time frame, that it was kind of still being respected. It was holding price overnight. Now, if you use the fib also from this high to this low, we know that we are actually in premium, right? So I'm definitely looking and I'm interested in looking for sales. So one first thing I see that happened overnight, this is during Asian session, is that I saw this sweep and then price close below. This is what is known as the change in a state of delivery, right? We don't have a change in the state of delivery. We even have a breaker right here. This is what I was saying this morning to my team. We do have a breaker, right? And we do have a fair value gap right here, right? So it's actually a unicorn, right? So of course, let's go again, back 15 minutes. So by the time New York session opens, guess what? We're still in this breaker. The price is right in this place. We are in the fair value gap, on a 1 hour fair value gap, and on a 1 hour breaker block, change the state of delivery. So I'm kind of paying attention. I want to see what's going to happen right here. I'm paying attention to this high, this low. We have a little range right here. So I want to see if I happen to have a setup right here, I could be selling directly from here, right? It could be taking a short position, of course, in lower time frame, probably a 5 minute time frame, right? So I'm watching. Of course, I know that this imbalance right here at the top, that's a 1 hour. Okay, gonna mark it up. That's a 1 hour fair value gap that we already had a rejection in there. Okay, this is probably buy side liquidity. So I was waiting right here in this area for a potential formation, potential entry, right? So we had news today. This is what happened. I was waiting for the news to come out. 8:30, news comes out. As soon as the news comes out, it tried to drop. Price tried to drop right here, but then sort of pushed up right here. Now, when it was pushing up, I went to the 1 minute right here. Price barely, it was getting very close to this high, right? Very close to that high right there. And what I did was I went into S&P and I spotted a divergence. Spotted a divergence, and this is why I was actually, this was the divergence I was seeing, right? S&P was actually taking these highs already, and Nasdaq was not. It was not taking the highs. Plus, I was trying to see on the 1 hour if my uh, fair value gap was being respected on the 1 hour, and at that moment it was actually being respected, but then it pushed up. So, and, after the news, the price actually did push up. So right here, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm taking the actual entry. When the price pushes, let me show you here. Hold on. I'm just gonna try to bring the Telegram here, just to show you what was the first position. All right, like this. Took a shot. So it was basically on the 1 hour. I made the first position, small entry, because I knew, well, we had a divergence, as I mentioned. S&P 500 was forming a divergence. But at the same time, this is almost like a double top, okay? A relative equal high. So I'm taking the shot anyways. I'm taking the shot in here. My position was sort of aggressive, it was somewhere here, placing stops. Uh, Look at this. This would have been the change in the state of delivery on the 1 minute time frame. This would be another sweep, right? Liquidity sweep. So changing the state of delivery. You see this series of candles right here. This is a breaker block. Now you see that you do have a fair value gap right here. Have a fair value gap on top of that breaker. So this is another unicorn, right? So I'm entering there aggressively. I'm targeting these lows, targeting this liquidity right here at the bottom, that double top right there, double bottom, I'm sorry. So what happens? The stock exchange is not open yet, right? But we're having already that displacement. I did not like is that we barely took that high, so we're creating relative equal highs. However, because we do have SMT, I decided to take the shot because we do have SMT, and with an SMT is telling me that price may not need to go to the high again. It may not need to. Listen my words. It may not need to, right? I I don't know 100% what is going to do at the end of the day. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to do it, but it also doesn't. It How can I say it can do it. It doesn't necessarily have to, but it can totally do it too. It can actually go up, sweep that double top, and then crash. So I kind of hope it makes sense. So I'm waiting for price to react into this breaker block, right? And this fair value gap, which pretty much means that I have a unicorn formation right here. So I'm expecting for a reaction, and this is what I'm starting to see. I'm telling you guys, if I see a disrespect in this breaker, I'm gonna close. If I see a disrespect, I think I said it here. Low probability trade, it looks like it just created a relative equal high. Okay, kind of waiting for the 1 hour candle to close. So 2 minutes needs to close below. It doesn't close. Okay, I will close. Messy. If price disrespect the breaker, I'm out. Okay. So I'm sending the picture. You see the price is kind of tapping multiple times that breaker right there. Let's go back here. See, price is coming into the breaker, reacts nicely. I love that rejection right there, but then price comes back up again. That's not a good sign. For the second time coming up, no. And then all of a sudden I start seeing the price start pushing up and up like that. I don't like that. With this candle, when the price was pushing up, I closed. So I caught losses on this one. That was the loss right here. $130 I lost in there, right? When the price was actually pulling back, I was just closing that position. I just didn't think at that point that the market would that this trade was going to play out. So I was out, right? Disregard that one. I close it, and I'm just gonna wait now for. Uh, I want to wait for the stock exchange. I want to see if price probably is going to take this high, probably buy side, right? Take this buy side liquidity and maybe drop, or maybe I mean, who knows? Maybe the price will continue pushing up. But I need to wait. I need to see. At this point, I was not seeing any 5 minute since the New York session opened. I was not seeing any 5 minute fair value gap at all, either bearish or bullish. There was nothing showing right here. So price pushed up after the stocks open. That's what happened. Price pushed up, boom, and then all of a sudden we have a big displacement right here. This I was actually entering in this position. The price was closing below. I was going into the 1 minute time frame right here. This imbalance, this fair value gap. I did it live, as I mentioned. I did this on Zoom with the team while I had people watching me. I placed my position right here. In my stop loss, I put it above this breaker because the price had created another shift of the structure right here. You see this push, this placement to the downside. You see that change in the state of delivery one more time in here. And this is a breaker block. This two candles to the upside, that's a bearish order block, I'm sorry. And this candle right here is the breaker block. So I was placing my stop loss above that breaker. I could have probably placed in here, but since we had that breaker right there, I was like, I'm gonna just take it in there. So price did push up, tap into my fair value gap, and then from there, the rest is pretty much history. I was targeting this low, and so pretty much that's it. It was very quick. It took like 15 minutes to smash that TP, and this is pretty much what I made. Let's see. So I did not make much anyways on the day. I'm recovering. Today is just Tuesday. And Jerome Powell was speaking. It was a very messed up day yesterday. So I'm kind of hoping to recover to get a lot more, for the rest of the week. But I hope it makes sense, guys. Let me know what you think. If you want to be part of my team and you want to trade with me, I'm not just um, I'm not trying to offer signals or trying to sell signals, convince you to get into signals. No, I am a mentor. If you need a mentor, I can be your mentor. I can actually teach you how to trade. Okay. Just make sure to check my website, teamprofitsfx.com. You'll find that there is, right now, there is an offer that I'm running. There's a lifetime access for a one-time payment. You want to know the price? Well, you'll be amazed what the price is. So just go ahead and check it out. Just let me know what you think in the comment section. And I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.